Hey everyone, I thought I'd talk a little bit about our upcoming weddings. And I say weddings because we're having 3 in total. And I think some of you already know from a video I put on at Christmas, but I think many persons mistake myself and would imagine perhaps that I might get married in a church, but for all I don't stand against Christianity in any way, I struggle and have struggled in my life to find a connection to organized Christianity that I'm comfortable with. Now they are out there because I've witnessed such groups and churches online, but I've never physically came across one in my own waking life. And because of that, I've never had my own congregation, as you would call it, or group of friends who are going to the same place of worship. And due to never being able to find that in the UK, I always struggled with it in the area of the country I grew up in, unfortunately. I express my spirituality in many different ways. And on that journey, my relationship with God has collected many persons that I love dearly. And having a more personal union with the person I wish to share the rest of my life with, something that's personal to us with things that are of meaning to us, is very important. And this is how we've decided to declare our union to one another until beyond this realm of existence, shall we say. Now, I'm going to be married first and foremost, legally speaking. This might serve me well in the years to come if this Brexit goes ahead, because I'll be able to acquire a German passport, but that's not the reason I'm doing it. But legally, if we get married as well, it makes our life much different here as well for our permits, and also in the real world, as it were, we do have to look to the real world with regards to everything, bank accounts, and also legally, if the time does come that we ever want to adopt a child here, legally we can't until we're married. So it changes a lot to have our legal marriage, and we will be legally married with our families and some of our friends. It's just a registry office, a very beautiful registry office, and that will take place on the summer solstice, which is important to us. And this is what I mean about us individualizing our own journey and giving our union with those that we love and the beings that we love within this reality, family, friends, and so on, to share and to declare that in front of them at times that have meaning to us. And obviously the summer solstice has a great deal of meaning, and it is the expression of light overcoming dark, and this is what we live by. This is what we fully express in our waking life daily, and what we hope to achieve here ultimately. So, to shine a light in the darkness of poverty and everything that creates, and the darkness of religion here due to the witch doctors, etc. So my second wedding, which is something I think would be of interest to tell everybody, my second wedding, or our second wedding, is to take place in a stone circle. And the ceremony for us, this is the important one. For all we'll already be legally married on that day. This one is the one where, with our family, we declare before God that we are going to seat ourselves in a union with one another, and a union that we won't break, a union that says, if this is broken, we're going to use everything we have to fix it, and this will be part of our vows. If anything goes wrong, you can't guarantee a perfect relationship, but that is how marriage should be. I feel that you find that union, you guarantee at least to try to fix something if it goes wrong, and not to give up, which is what a lot of modern marriages do. But to declare that before God and with the persons that we hold dear in this world is very important. And we arranged everything for this ceremony, for our second wedding, apart from the person who would actually carry out the ceremony. And we just didn't feel right, for some reason, asking a stranger to do it. For all, the stranger will do the one at the registry office, because we have no choice. This was a very personal ceremony in a stone circle, somewhere, one of the most beautiful places we've both ever been together. And we just want someone special to do it. And the universe had a plan, it would seem, because a very dear friend of mine called Sarah, who's a very bright light in this world and has been a very bright light in my life, she mentioned to myself, not purposely but just in passing, she said, "Have you found a shaman to do your ceremony?" She made a presumption a shaman was doing our ceremony. Now, I've spent time with a shaman with Sarah, actually, from Peru. Not in Peru, but a shaman from Peru. And for all I haven't seen much of her, she carried out a blessing on my life before I departed here. And she was a tilting point for myself, believing in energy work and crystal work, because this was ancient practices that she was using, and I physically felt them. I felt them on my body, the body I can't feel. The body I can't see was sending information to the body I can feel, shall we say, from this energy healing that went on and strengthening before I came to begin this mission that God set me upon doing here. And I spent some time, as I say, with this shaman, with my friend Sarah. And I decided, because I now call, her name is Esther, it's a female shaman, and I now call this shaman a dear friend of mine. And for all, she lives in Tuscany, she does spend a lot of time in the UK doing workshops, and she's a yoga teacher as well. And she has not let go of her roots, of her where she belongs, where she is educated in the practice that she uses to commune with God. And it will be a shaman from Peru, more so a dear friend of mine, who will perform that ceremony in the stone circle. And it will be a ceremony tailored to our wants and using the terms that we use in our waking lives to commune with God and Christ and the ever-present consciousness that is the now that we live within, and that we will spend our lives together sharing. So, now, my dog's howling. My third wedding will, of course, be here in Tanzania, and my third wedding will undoubtedly be a lot more Christian, because, sorry guys, my dogs started going crazy at one of the cars pulling in with some guests, so I had to go and sort them out. Wasn't very welcoming of them, so okay, so where was I? And then, okay, so after we've had our stone circle ceremony with all our friends and family and people that we hold dear, I will then be coming here to have another ceremony after we've had a little honeymoon with all of our family here, our Feathers Tail family, the children and our friends, and the staff who are our friends anyway, and our other friends as well who we have worked with, people who we know from here who are doctors and other missions and so on and so forth. So our third ceremony will probably be quite Christian, I suspect, due to the nature of the culture and due to the fact that Christianity and the teachings of Jesus Christ, not Christianity, the teachings of Jesus Christ, have played such a massive integral role in my life. I feel it's correct that we do that. So I have a plethora of ceremonies and celebrations and they might seem a little all over the place, but for me they are all one and the same. The teachings of Jesus Christ lead me to go within myself, just as practices do when you're with shamans and in meditation and yoga and so on. So, and the first one, we need to be legally married, obviously, and amongst all of that. So yeah, our 3 weddings. And just in case you hear me mentioning about 3 weddings, I thought I'd explain what my 3 weddings will be. So, okay, I guess that's all. Much love. Bye.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend, and I'll help you